Hi, nobodies. Today has been a really awesome day. Um, I went out today. Um, my aunt had to go to the pet store, so I decided I'd tag along. And we got there, and she said Petco, and I thought she said PetSmart, and I was thinking, okay, I'll go to Hobby Lobby, maybe. But it was Petco. So when we got there, I was like, ooh, Five Below. Five Below is closed. Dang. I know we're supposed to be staying inside, but between you and me, as if anybody watches these, between you and me, I've been practicing social distancing for like ever. So, like I don't bother people in public really. I mean, I'll talk to my cashier, but anyway, we went to the pet store and I got some more litter for my cats cuz I got a new litter box with like a little pellets in it. The cats won't poop in that litter box, but they will pee in it, and it's got like a little pad in a tray that collects the urine. It's really neat. So I needed to get some more pellets, and I saw birds, some albino parakeets. I really wanted one. I really, really did, because the people who know me know that there is a special place in my heart for black and white things. Like, I like solid color things, especially albino. Albino is like the shit to me, and it doesn't have to be a white albino, because sometimes you'll see like mice that are albino, but they'll look brown. They're albino. And I have had an albino bird that had brown markings on it that was more like ginger markings from being albino. Um, but now you can bet your ass if they would have had a black parakeet, oh shit, I would have bought one. I would have been like, oh no, can't pass this up. A black parakeet. Because to me that would be like a white raven. It's like, what the fuck? You never see that. You never see solid white ones either. I mean, like, I've had an albino parakeet that had markings on it. These two had no, not even like ghost markings. It was really neat. They were so cool that I wasn't even tripping on the ferrets, which normally I go nuts over the ferrets, but those fucking birds, man. I love those fucking birds. And I was like, man, there's no place in my house I could put birds where Polly wouldn't get out. And Polly is a bird fiend. He fucking loves birds. He's always watching birds, and if he's out there, he's gonna pounce at them. So, there's really no place in the house where Polly wouldn't be trying to get to the bird cage. And he's a bit surprising with stuff. So he would break a lot of things, knocking things down, and I'm sure that he would do a whole bunch of leaps of faith. Eventually I'd find him hanging on the bird cage, or he'd rip it off the ceiling if it was hanging from the ceiling. So, I can't afford like a $300 heavy ass bird cage. And even then, I don't know, Polly's a he's a bit of an asshole. he's I've had trouble with cats before, and I mean, he's sweet, but he's a destructive little shit. So, they didn't have the cat food that my aunt was looking for. So we ended up having to go to PetSmart. Now, Tuesday mornings is closed, but Hobby Lobby's open. And I was like, well, I do need to get some stuff for my picture frames because I'm hanging up my diamond paintings. And some of the picture frames don't have the hanger in the right place, or they need one. So I was like, well, I need to get picture hanging stuff. So we went in there, going through Hobby Lobby, and I'm like touching things because I'm always touching things. And oh god, the glassware. Their glassware is so expensive, but so beautiful. I love glass things. I want to work with glass. I just don't know if I could handle the heat of working with glass, but that glass blowing shit just blows my mind. I so want to fucking do that. And pottery, like I want to make things with my hands. I really, really do. So, anyway, um, I'm like going by and touching all this yarn, and she's like, she goes, I don't know about touching things. And I'm like, are you touching your face? Because I'm going to touch this yarn. I'm going to touch this fabric. I'm going to touch all this stuff. And I mean, I put on hand sanitizer as we were walking in. And they have sliding glass doors. So it's not like I was touching anything that, and I said, and I don't think the virus really like stays on cloth. But even if it does, I'm not going to touch my face. So we get up to the front register after we moseyed around Hobby Lobby for a while. We get up to the front register and they've got like this hanging sneeze guard at Hobby Lobby. I was like, wow. So the cashier is behind some plastic. And I was like, that's nifty. I mean, it's weird, but it was kind of nifty. And of course, I had to talk about the people that go under sneeze guards at the buffet. You'll see them like they got to go under. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? You can't see through glass to get your food? Really wanted to go to Five Below. Lord help you if you're a plus size gal and you need funeral wear, because Lane Bryant is closed too. But the mattress place was open and the sports place was open. Hibbett Sports was open. I was like, yay. Then we decided we'd go to David's Burgers. Had a really good burger. There wasn't a park nearby, so we ended up eating at a cemetery. And me and my aunt were talking about, how cool cemeteries are. And I was telling my friend, I like cemeteries. I don't want to be buried in one. I mean, like, I don't know if he caught that I was saying, like, if somebody chooses to bury me, that's okay. That's the only way I'm going in the ground. And honestly, I'm kind of okay with that because I would be of use, provided that they haven't murdered me and put me in the ground. But if somebody just, like, said, hey, she's dead, let's just bury her. Because, like, I don't want people spending money on a coffin and a plot of land for my shell. I don't want that. Just burn me up. And honestly, I don't want them having to pay for that or embalming or any of that shit. Just plant me. At least if you plant me, I can feed something. I don't give a fuck if there's bugs eating my body. I'm fucking dead. As long as somebody hasn't murdered me and they're getting away with it, just plant me. I don't see the point of taking up space and all of that money to put me in the ground. When 100 years from now, who's going to come visit my grave? And if we do hang around and we see that, we're like watching things, how fucking sad is that? I was telling my aunt, I said they should plant sunflowers all around the cemetery so that, and things that birds like, so that birds will always come visit, because so that place has been there since 1918. And, if we do hang around, at least give me some birds. I mean, come on, if I'm having to hang around my body. But see, the way I see it is like if you do hang out with your body, then maybe when the insects eat you, you get to go where the insects go. So, bury me low. Got home. Oh, and I got like this cool light switch cover. Star Wars. You got the light side and the dark side. I fucking love that. They were 50% off, so I was like, fuck yeah. I'm buying this. Um, and my cats are assholes. But I did learn one thing today, something I'd never thought about, but I learned it. Um, a cat wrapping itself around your neck is a turnoff. Yes, I learned that today. Did not know she was in the room. And Polly's a little asshole because, it's having private time, and fuck if Polly wasn't chewing on the fucking door trying to get into me. And I'm like, what the fuck, Polly? It's distracting. And I have enough trouble concentrating as it is. I'm thinking about all kinds of shit. And I'm like, don't be thinking about that. You're supposed to be thinking about this. Stay focused. This is important. It's for your immunity. Or not immunity. Not immunity. Immune system. It's good for your immune system. So focus. You must accomplish this. This is your mission. Don't think about YouTube searches and Facebook things. Don't think about the cat chewing on the fucking door. Don't know why he chews on doors. I don't know why he does half the shit he does. But it's been a good day. We had a thunderstorm. Not like thunderstorms. The only thing that sucks is like me and one of my friends have been talking, and it's like, being alone sucks sometimes. I mean, like sometimes when you're getting high, you smoke some weed, you're like, man, it'd be nice if there was another high person here with me. Not somebody to smoke up my weed. Like somebody who brings their own shit and they just get high with me. And then we figure out the universe, or we have a good laugh together, like when you start laughing about something and your friend starts cracking up, and then you're laughing because they're laughing, and they're laughing because you're laughing, and your belly's hurting and you're pissing yourself, but you're having the best time ever and you have no fucking clue why either of you started laughing. That's the kind of thing that you can't have by yourself. And I really should get high with the people with my male friends, because when I'm high, the last thing I'm thinking about is hooking up with anybody. It's like, huh? What? Like if they're hitting on me, it's like, no, that would require me to feel parts of my body, and I can't feel my body right now. But I can look. Yeah. Some people like to have sex when they're high. Not me. TMI. There we go. My TMI moment. That when I'm high, I am completely not in my body. I'm just like, oh, is this what we're doing right now? Oh, okay. I mean, seriously, like I'm liable to fall asleep. Or go, hey, my leg needs to move. It's heavy. Prop it on your shoulders. Thanks, you're a peach. No, I am like the laziest fucking creature when I'm high. And like I said, I mean it keep me out of trouble if I stayed high all the time. Cause I mean seriously, I have to concentrate on those. I have to concentrate on my mind staying with my body, because seriously, it's like helium. And I mean, and even when I'm not messed up, like if I'm completely straight, I can be in the middle of crocheting and I'm watching a show and I'm thinking about two or three different things. So A friend of mine was like, "Well, you should do speed." And I'm like, "Fuck no. I have too much anxiety to be hyper. If I get hyper, it's cuz if I get hyper on my own, it's okay. But if I take something that makes me hyper, I mean, hell, sometimes getting high can make me flip out. So where I'm like, okay, I gotta go lay down. Need the fan. Don't move. It's just things. It used to not be like that. There were a lot of things that changed when I started taking antidepressants, and that's the problem with a lot of people that don't take antidepressants. They have taken them, and there's so many side effects. And some side effects you can take, and then others are bothersome. um but for some people, the sexual side effects, or the nausea, or whatever, that they might get with a medication is just too much for them. And instead of trying something different, they just figure there isn't anything, or that everything's going to do it. Because, I mean, trust me, it is disheartening when you've been to the psychiatrist every 3 weeks and you're like, well, hey, this medication, I'm not liking this side effect or that side effect. So they give you another drug and it does something else to you that you don't like, or you have to adjust the dose or what have you. And then, I mean, there was one I took for 2 months before I had a really bad side effect. And it's very disheartening when you've taken 6 or 7 different drugs and they haven't helped, or they've caused problems. But there's tons. There's tons. And I hesitate to say something. I think I'll keep that under my hat. Yeah, it's like, if she says this, what does she not say? Right? Some things are just too personal. Like, I'm not gonna lie that I have private moments. I'm a healthy adult woman. I have private moments. And they're important to me. But medications, there are times when I'm like, I wish I could just stop taking them. But then I remember all the times I laid on the floor crying over stupid shit. Like, my shirt's touching me. I mean, it would be some dumb out of the blue thing like, I don't want to go to the store. And I mean, it could be like somebody could have thrown me $500, said, here's $500, let's go thrift shopping. Now, anybody who knows me knows that I am always down to go to Goodwill. Always. Especially if you're paying. I am always down to go thrift shopping. I don't care if I've got money. I'll fucking go. So, off of medication, you could say, hey, I got $500 for you and we're going thrift shopping. I don't want to go thrift shopping. I hate my life and it sucks and I just I want to go but I don't want to go. Just be really, really bad. And I remember what that was like. And the side effects from medication are not as bad as having just this this moment where you just break down and cry for no fucking reason. It is not worth it. For, a person has to adjust their expectations. Um, you're never going to find, you're never going to find the perfect medicine. You're never going to find something that works perfectly. It's always going to be, it works good enough. It's good enough. I would like it if it did this, or if it didn't do that. But it's good enough. It's kind of like those people, like my dad was always in pain towards the end of his life. And, he's just like, well, it's manageable. And some days it wasn't manageable. So it's like, you get used to a certain type of living. And with medication, it's like that. You have to consider, your new normal and adjust your expectations of, well, I'm never going to have this idyllic life. I'm always going to have to take medications to regulate that chemical imbalance. There's always going to be a chance that I'm going to have an anxiety attack. It's never if, it's always when. Because I'm gonna have attacks. Just like I know that my broken arm, or either arm, arthritis is gonna hit. It's not if, it's when. And if I'm lucky, it's not one of those times when it hurts so bad that I want to chop my arm off. And that's how it is with the medication. You just say, well, I have to work harder to feel this. I have to work harder to focus on that. And it becomes your new normal. By no means should you settle forever. I mean, when new stuff comes out, I'm like, well, hey, what's this new stuff? Like, will my insurance pay for it? Or, ooh, I heard this just went generic. Can I have it? Can I try it? And you cross your fingers and hope that it'll work well. And you cross your fingers every day. Like, since I had the Zoloft issue, I cross my fingers every day that it's not the last day that Cymbalta will work for me. Because like the Zoloft, not only did it stop working after well over 10 years, it started making things worse. Almost like I became allergic to it. It heightened my anxiety. And it took us a while to figure that one out, because the doc was like, medications don't stop working. It fucking did. So every day that I take my Cymbalta, I cross my fingers that it won't stop working, and that I won't have to go through the hell of changing medications again and hoping that the next one works, because you got to wait for it to work and then adjust dosages, and it's crap. But if something isn't working for you, I think I've mentioned in another vlog before that, talk to a pharmacist. If you can't talk to your doctor, talk to a pharmacist. They can help you with figuring out, like if you're having some issue, if it's medication related. So today was a good day. I hope that you had a good day. If you didn't, every moment is an opportunity to turn things around. You can always have a reset. That's when you go to bed. Go to bed. wake up tomorrow. I am always a lot chipper once I actually wake up. I mean, the first thing I wake up is like, oh, fuck, I don't want to get up. My alarm's going off. Got to take my meds. You know, towards the end of the day, the positivity kind of goes away. But every morning is definitely a new, what are we going to do today? You know, kind of think of like Pinky and the Brain. What do you want to do today, brain? Same thing we do every day, Pinky. Try to take over the world. Which, I ain't taking over the world. I can't even take over my house. Anyway, I hope anyone who watches this has a good day. And people who don't watch it, I want everybody to have a good day. Bye.